learned it the hard way. Friends never last long. I'm trying to get my cash long. You niggas off point like the bag wrong.
What's good, y'all? It's your guy J100. Puff Puff, no pass react back with another reaction video. Today we're gonna be reacting to top 10 teachers who got fired. Top 10 teachers who got fired. If you went to school, you know it's some pretty wild teachers and they be on some weird shit too. It ain't just badass kids. It be some wild ass teachers too, bro. No cap, no cap. So I'm interested to see what teachers they gonna have on here and what they got fired for, bro. So without further ado, man, do me a favor. Like the video. Subscribe to this channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And make sure that notification bell is turned on so you will not miss one single reaction from me when I do upload, because I upload often, as you already know. Now, like I said, let's hurry up and get into this, man, because it's about to be a good one. I know it. I got the feeling. Oh, yeah. And make sure, if y'all got any videos you want me to react to, man, drop them down in the comments below. I always check my comments, and I will respond to y'all, man. But top 10 teachers who got fired. Let's go.
Here in today's video, we're going to be going through the top 10 teachers who got fired.
I had to stop my lesson, address that, and have a teachable moment.
And I hear a whole bunch of other kids in the background crying.
In the trend spot, this one's actually kind of funny. This teacher had an angels and devils list. So she had a list of all the kids in her classroom, and she sorted them by angel, devil, or somewhere in between, based off of how they acted in class, if they were nice or just constantly causing problems. And it was eventually found that she had this list, and she got fired because of it.
This is the note labeled Homeroom Third Period An Actual Nightmare. A student at Autry Middle School saw this, took a picture, and shared what was on the note with parents. One parent says the substitute teacher described the black children as devils and white children as angels.
Entry 9, this one is wild from start to finish.
I thought she was just doing that between good.
I
thought she was doing that between good and bad students, separating the good and bad students. You know what I'm saying? Angels and demons. I wasn't expecting it to be a black and white thing, but this day and age, man, I am not surprised, bro. They make everything about race. Oh my God.
Got fired because she caught doing some things with her students. Specifically, she was caught sleeping with two students, 16 and 17 years old. Here's where things get really messed up. One of them was actually in a special needs education class. So he had some deficiencies and stuff like that. So she was
even though the boy was in special ed,
she was drinking
he knew how to
and
get
with
himself
these
some
kids
head.
and several others after school. And she also went to parties with some students. And this is like the little cherry on top. She had just gotten married like a couple months before this.
Prosecutors say Hootling had with two students, 16 and 17 years old. And one of the students was in her special education class at Rochester High.
My understanding that his assignment to the classroom pertained to a reading deficiency.
What the hell?
As if the misconduct allegations aren't bad enough. Police believe Hootling was drinking and smoking with students after school.
This one annoys me. This involves a 30-year-old teacher. He's a male, and his students he overheard one time talking about Fortnite. They decided that, hey, we're going to squad up tonight.
You know what, for real, bro? Thinking back, me talking to a few people and having a few conversations, bro, they all had a teacher that liked to drink and liked to smoke on the job with the students. Ah, Lord.
Night after they get their schoolwork done, because he just figured, you know, why not? He's 30. He's not, like, really that old, so he wanted to have some fun, play some Fortnite with the boys, I guess, and that's what they did, except after playing for, like, 20 minutes or something like that, one of the students' fathers apparently figured out and reported this to the school, and he ended up getting fired because of it. Now, is this probably against protocol? Yeah, but is it really that big of a deal that you need to fire the guy? I don't think so.
30-year-old Brett Belsky overheard his middle school students talking about Fortnite, so he said, get your schoolwork done and I'll play a game with you as a reward. They played the game for about 20 minutes one evening, but a student's father found out and reported that teacher to the school. After a review, he was fired in the fall, which he plans to soon.
Hey, bro, I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Giving a child an incentive to do well and get their work done, man, I'll hop on Fortnite and I'll play with y'all kids for a little bit if that's what y'all want, man. If y'all about to get your work done and actually make sure it's done right, and y'all just want me to hop on and play with y'all for a minute, yeah. What's the problem? Like, I don't see no problem in that.
Appeal. Why so harsh? Maybe a suspension would have been more appropriate.
In the percent spot, this one's a little messed up. You've heard stories back in the day of when teachers used to go up and, like hit kids' fingers.
This one's the perfect gift for the friend who's been getting a little too comfortable during quarantine. Maybe your son, a father,
or whatever, with rulers and stuff like that to discipline them, make them start acting and behaving right. Except that doesn't really come across very well nowadays. If you do that, you're getting fired immediately, and that's kind of what happened right here. Except things got a little bit more escalated than that. This substitute teacher was accused or got caught hitting third graders with a ruler. Apparently, this teacher got really mad about something.
Hey, back when I was in school, like elementary school, bro, they like the principals used to paddle the kids and shit. Like that was still in. Like that was still a thing. And then I know when like my mom was in school, they had like the rulers and the paddles and all that shit too, bro. Like it wasn't that long that they got rid of that in most schools.
Or something like that.
I'm not
and
for it.
Just
though.
started whacking kids left and right. I think one of the kids got hit on the head, and this woman ended up being escorted off by security. And the kids went to the office, and their parents came. It was a whole ordeal.
Me with the ruler. And where did you hit you? On the side of my head.
The school refused to say exactly how many students were hit, but by the time Jeremy called his mother from the office, it was clear to her this was no mistake.
And it's Jeremy screaming, crying, and I'm like, what is going on? I hear a whole bunch of other kids in the background crying too.
His mom says the principal confirmed Jeremy's story.
Security escorted the substitute teacher from the class.
Real quick, make sure you like on this video and also subscribe to my channel if you've ever had a teacher that you
like and subscribe to my channel too.
6, no matter what job you have,
and
you really shouldn't
let me
show
know
up
in the
drunk.
comments, man.
Granted,
Y'all ever
if
had
I was a teacher, I'd probably show up drunk every day
like
too because I'd hate my life. But I mean, you really
that
can't do
got
that or
fired
else
for
you're
some
going to
wild
get
ass
fired.
shit.
And that's what happened here. This teacher, she got fired after showing up to school drunk, not only once, but twice. And afterwards, they actually searched her car one of the times because she gave them permission. And there was literally the bottle that she had been drinking before she showed up there. So I don't know if she drove and was drinking at the same time also, or if she was
probably trying to sober up, bro. She probably had a hard ass night like the night before.
I don't know.
Cane Bay High School teacher Rachel Henry was arrested for a second time in 2 months. The incident report from the first arrest shows administrators found a bottle of whiskey in her car after she gave them permission to search it. The district sent us a statement saying they cannot comment on a specific employee or their actions.
At number 5, this is probably one of the more controversial ones in this list. This involves a teacher who was doing a slavery lesson. And in this lesson, while she was trying to explain things, she decided to do a bit of a demonstration for like 30 seconds or something like that, where she had kids lay down, specifically African-American kids lay down, and then like some people walking on their backs or something like that. I don't remember. It was kind of weird, but some people thought it was ridiculous that she was being fired, and then some people thought that she definitely should have been fired. So I'll let you watch and kind of decide for yourself, and you can let me know down in the comments what you think. Either way, though, she's now suing the school system for $1 billion. $1 billion. You heard that right.
I would have the phone ready at 911, so all I would have to do is hit send.
Patricia Cummings, a former New York City teacher, describing the death threats she received after a lesson here at Bronx Middle School 118.
A student decided to, I'm going to quote from the investigative report, waddle around the room, blatantly making fun of it to the point where I had to
gang.
Stop my lesson, address that, and have a teachable moment. And that 20 seconds of the teachable moment is what has changed my life.
In the before spot, this one's pretty messed up. We've got a teacher who worked at this Catholic school, emphasis on work. She does not work there anymore because she's been fired, and the reason for that was because she got pregnant and she wasn't married at the time. And the Catholic people there, they had a real problem with that. In fact, during the school year, she was instructed to hide her pregnancy.
I don't think they could technically fire you for that, bro.
There's a letter sent out explaining the situation to all the teachers unnecessarily. And on top of that, the priest told her to basically get rid of the baby at a certain point. And that she would keep her job that way. Now, the Catholic school
told her to get rid of the baby.
This
she keep
wasn't
her job.
the reason that she got fired, but it kind of seems like it.
Now, in her lawsuit against the diocese, Boland says in 2015
she about to get paid. She about to get paid.
Loose clothing and was even first.
I'm about to find where she at, bro. I'm about to find where she at and ask her for a loan, because I know she probably sitting on some millies.
Further, Boland says a humiliating memo about her being pregnant and unmarried went out to all staff, and she claims a priest associated with the school implied she might have been able to save her job if she had aborted the pregnancy. Boland says a church official referred to the abortion with the phrase "return to sender." Now, in a statement, the Archdiocese vigorously disputes all of those claims. Church leaders say Boland's contract wasn't renewed because of performance issues, not her pregnancy.
Right, bro.
Number 3, we've got one that caused a lot of outrage in this community.
That's
this is
crazy.
another Catholic school, I do believe, that ended up firing a teacher of theirs because he entered into a same-gender marriage. And apparently, of course, that is against kind of like what they go for there, and
I understand, like both sides. Like I understand, look, bro. Like you can't they don't believe in that. All right, they don't believe in that. So all right, if you know this, why would you get pregnant without being married and you working in this Catholic organization, this Catholic school? Boom. All right. And then if you are, homosexual, you want to get married, cool, congratulations. But you already know working in with why would you set yourself up for that, working in in a church or in a school that doesn't believe what you believe? Like, you're setting yourself up for that. But at the same time, they can't really fire you for that. It's laws against that.
Nearby, and they didn't fire the other teacher there.
And tonight, Cathedral students and alumni are reacting to this news. One student tweeted out, "I am disgraced and angered. I will no longer be donating to Cathedral. We must stand up against the Archdiocese and demand change." Another student writes, as a student of his, "I am absolutely heartbroken and blindsided. I cannot stand to see such a great teacher leave under these circumstances." And on the other side, we are getting reaction as well. One woman writes, "If the teachers and parents don't agree with the teachings of the Bible, then they should not be part of these religious organizations."
We've got a teacher who is suing the school board now after he got fired for not using the preferred pronouns for a transgender student. The student was mad at this teacher because the teacher wouldn't.
I just want to say I'm high as hell, and this is some pressure.
Call the student by the specific pronouns that they wanted, and he literally refused to. He knew what they wanted but didn't want to do it, and ended up getting fired because of it. And like I said, now he's suing the school board.
The organization Alliance Defending Freedom is representing Peter Vlaming in court. Attorneys claim he did use the student's preferred masculine name, but avoided using pronouns because it offended his conscience. And they say that's his constitutional right. But school officials say the superintendent asked Vlaming multiple times to respect the student's wishes, and when he refused, he was fired for discrimination on the basis of gender identity.
I understand
Once about another teacher who got fired from a Christian school. She started working there. In fact, they reached out to her in the first place to start working there because they really needed a teacher and some stuff like that there. But after they figured out, after she had worked there for a while too, that she was swinging for the same team because of her social media and stuff like that, they could see, and that she was going to some festivals and things, they ended up firing her.
Monica says when she started at the school, she was married to a man. They have a family, but now she's dating a woman and goes to pride festivals.
Same situation.
When that word got out, the school decided to part ways.
I said, yes, it's true. They wanted to kind of keep it under wraps so that it wouldn't embarrass.
Yeah, bro, that's the same situation. You can't. Well, they can't fire you for that, for one, which I never thought they could. I didn't think they could fire you for something like that, but maybe it's in the contract that you got to sign when you being hired in. I don't know, but like I said, you should already know if the religion don't believe in that, they really not going to accept you doing something against their beliefs. and you working for them still. So you lightweight set yourself up for failure. But in the same breath, yes, they're wrong for firing you. Yes, they are. But hey, it just is what it is, I guess. But this blood down there gone, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. Burning with me as always. That was that Red Gushers. And this was a reaction to top 10 teachers who got fired. Hey, like the video for me, subscribe to the channel, and make sure that notification bell is turned on so you won't miss a single reaction from me. J100, Puff Puff, no past reacts. I think, man, what time is it? Yeah, I think I'm gonna knock out a few more reaction videos, man. I might roll another one up and cool out with y'all. Because I already know, man, y'all missed this pretty face since I ain't upload on Saturday and Sunday, and I missed y'all too, so probably knock a few more of these out. But in the meantime, I'll get at y'all in a minute. Yeah.